What is going on, guys? So Dono here with Elev8ted Gaming, and I just wanted to bring you a quick video on these dungeons. So the first thing you're going to do is come to an obelisk and open up the tribute terminal here. You'll see a key, and on the bottom right it says Access Dungeon. So we're going to enter, and we're going to select yes. Now, right now, I know there's been some issues as far as lag goes, and I typically run the game on an epic with my resolution maxed out, but for the dungeons I kick it down to medium. It seems to reduce a lot of the lag that we have, so that's kind of where I'm at. Loadout wise, I take a compound bow, which has a tox arrow in it, which we don't want, so let's go ahead and switch that out. Alright, so the compound bow is 1062 damage. I take 2 swords and 2 pikes. Sword's 330 damage, pike is 219, and an ascendant long neck, which is a 1219 damage rifle. I take an RPG too, but to be honest, I don't ever use it. 2 sets of armor. My armor set is at 4.3k. Some med brews, stimulants, and aerial symbiote, and then carrots, of course. But yeah, so we're going to try to run through this whole thing without hitting any hiccups at all. So this first chest we're coming to right here is actually the key to get to the other end. You'll see it says added facility key. You gotta make sure you get that key or you can't access the back side of the dungeon. So it has nothing to do with the boss room, so if you don't plan on going to that end, you don't really have to worry about it. And these little spots right here will get you. Sometimes I lag through them, sometimes I don't. It's just hit and miss. And if you run and jump on these steps, you usually don't get hit by the lag, but sometimes you do, as you can see. Rubber banding a bit here, and you just gotta jump through that. Sometimes it's worse than other times, it just really depends. Oh, come on. Let me to the chest. Let me to the chest. Well, it's not looking promising here, guys. Come on. Alright, so we're just going to skip that one. It's the majority of these starter chests right here are mainly to get time, and you seen I just lagged right there and got hit by that thing, but all we're really looking to get right now is time. You start with 30 minutes and you just kind of add up from there, and each chest gives you an extra minute of time. And then we're going to run straight into the Titan Boa room, and for this room in particular I like to use my compound bow because it pretty much one-shots everything in here. There's a couple of them that take 2 hits, if I can aim. Come on, there we go. Alright, and you can collect their little artifact if you want to add it to a rug. That's about all it's good for, though. So aside from that, I mean, unless you're wanting a bunch of rugs, you really don't need to collect their implants. And just a FYI, if you do these caves as a group, they are a lot harder. We did a 6-person group last night, and it was a little more difficult than me just doing it solo. I mean, you also got to worry about other people getting in your way, so it can be a little bit of a pain. Alright, so we have cleared the threat. So now we're going to collect chests. And basically, this is the only room on this side as far as boss-wise goes, or I really wouldn't call him a boss, but as far as a room that you have to clear. This is the only one on this end of the dungeon. So you want to make sure you get all the time that you can get, because you don't know. I mean, at the end of the thing, your only time you have is what you have. I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna go and hit all these chests. We're up to 35 minutes. And from what I've seen, I probably won't be able to grab the sloped chest. I'm gonna try to, but the stairs and the little inclines seem to be the biggest lag spots in the dungeon. So if it's on a flat piece of ground like this, you can usually get them pretty easily. And then you're going to see right here in a second. Oh, another thing you might want to get is the feast buff, so you don't run out of water. Like this one right here, you got this little incline. I usually try to jump down to it, but as you can see, I didn't. It's just going to rubber band me backwards. And last night, it might be where there's so many people in here, but last night I didn't have this issue about 2 a.m., 1 a.m., something like that when we ran it. It kind of makes me a little eerie to try this part, but at the very bottom of the Titan Dodo Room, there is this push wall. And you are going to want to wait. It runs through a little cycle here. When it starts on that slow cycle, you just got to go for it. And there's 2 chests at the end. And I'll show you guys what I'm getting out of these chests. Like that one gave me 2 medical brews. This one gives me a blood pack. So I mean, there is useful stuff in them, but it just depends. Let's look here. So I mean, the things aren't that great, but they're not bad either. We're up to 36 minutes, and I need to hurry up and get past this push wall. Come on. Come on. Alright, so now we're going to run straight back to the starter room, and we're not going to slow down. You want to make sure you have feast and thick skin, because thick skin, when you get to the Dodo Room, you have to fight dodos as the temperature rises. So you're not only fighting a million dodos, you're also fighting the heat. So if you can get those 2 buffs, I think it's like 25 amber combined, it makes it really, really easy. So now we're just running back. We don't have any more chests to get right here. The only one we missed was the one on the stairs and the one on the slope. So, and on your way out, I think it's all right-hand turns coming back out of there and straightaways. So unless you hit a dead end, you shouldn't have to turn coming back out. Alright, so we're back in the starter room, and we're going to go through the other corridor. And when you come through this corridor, if you look to the right, you can see there's a big room. That's the Dodo Room. We're going to skip that for now. We're going to go straight to the back side, which is where the dilos are. And anything you see in the halls, you can get the implant from them. Ah, crap. Of course I would do that. You can get their implants if you kill them and don't overkill them. And resurrect them back on the island. Alright, so that removed our facility key. I don't know if we're going to be able to get... Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, so we got the Petro's implant. Alright, so now when you come in through that door, you're going to want to go straight back first. There's just the chest back here. I don't think there's really anything important in it, but it's another minute. So every minute you can get is worth getting. So we got a minute and 2 energy brews. So I mean, it's not necessarily junk, but I mean, in my opinion, other than defeating the boss and getting the element, I mean, and the tech prints, that's pretty much all you're in here for. And the tech print is on this side. So, come on, let me have it. I'm already up here, let me have it. There we go. Alright, so not only do you rubber band going up, you're going to rubber band going back down. And it can be a pain in the butt. But one thing you want to make sure you do is after you get out of that little rubber banding phase is you hit the jump button, because you could be like me and get halfway through the thing and then realize that when you jump you teleport back 5 rooms and you have lost a ton of time. Alright, so this is the Dodo Room. I've already got a male and a female back on the island, so I'm not going to take any of their artifacts. And they're really nothing to take down. They're pretty simple, as long as you got a good weapon. I mean, we usually conserve arrows right here and just use our pike or sword. But I ended up with 150 extra arrows. I brought 400 last time, I brought 400 this time, and I had 150 extra, so I feel pretty confident in not using all of them, but I may switch off in a second. Come on, come back. This should be the last wave, I think. Nope, one more. Alright, so we use our sword on this one just to show you guys it's not too bad. So like 3k health, so it's pretty easy to knock down. I mean, if you have a frying pan, I mean, it's really easy because you just smack them and they knock out. I've seen that on Iguana's video. She did a really good video on this room. Alright, that's all you got on this room. So we're gonna go and try to get this chest without lagging into these big old hatchet things. I don't know what they're called, so forgive me for that. Alright, we got time. And we got 50 advanced rifle bullets that we're not going to use. No big deal. Like I said, the main thing you're after is the time right now. I try to shoot to have like... Okay, this right here, I don't know how to beat that, but every time I've tried, it's just smashed me into the wall. So I usually just avoid that chest. I mean, if you want to take your chances, go ahead, but it's a real pain to do these rooms and then die suddenly. It's not exactly the funnest experience you'll have. Alright, so... And you can use your map to kind of see what dead ends you're going to run into. But for the most part, you don't run into too much. We got a platform saddle right there. That every time I've hit that chest, I've got a platform saddle of some type. So I don't know if it's just defaulted to giving you a platform saddle or what, but last time I got a Bronto platform. I don't know if it's the BP or the actual platform. Alright, so you're going to run down this corridor. This one I think has 2 chests in it. Ow. Ow. Okay, rubber banding a little bit in the spikes. Not the funnest thing in the world. Let's use one of those blood packs we got earlier. And a lot of people use the soups and stuff. I mean, just to be completely honest, I haven't seen a need to have the soups. I haven't used them anytime I've been in here. Every time I've took them, they've just been kind of a waste. But to each their own, I guess. Come on, give me the chest. There we go. 50 simple bullets, so nothing special. But it was another minute, so that's the main thing. Alright, and we're gonna try to grab this. Oh, no. Okay. Get that implant. And when you revive these back on the island, they still have their eerie element. So that's kind of the only reason to revive them. Alright, so let's go back out of here. And hopefully we don't hit these spikes coming back through, because that would really suck. They're not spikes, these... I don't really know what these are called. So if somebody does, feel free to drop it in the comment section, because I'm just going to call them hatchet things until somebody tells me different. Ow. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go to the left when you come out of there. I don't know. Yeah, there's 2 chests down on this end. Alright, so I'm going to hit this chest. And these little vents have I don't know if it's the vent itself, but it seems like if you run over top of them, they kind of stab you with spikes sometimes. But I don't know, maybe it's not the vent. I've ran over some of them and nothing happened, but other ones I've got spiked. So take your chances there. Alright, so when you get here, this is just a corridor full of chests. So you want to go through and hit all of them. And I don't know if this one, not this chest in particular, but this corridor is the tech print. But it might be. I can't remember right off. So as long as you see that thing pop up that says you got a minute, you know you got the chest. Okay, hopefully we can get out of here. Come on. Come on. Come on, don't get me stuck. Come on. Let me out. Come on. You know you want to let me out of here. Okay, so we come to this end. I think the tech print is down there, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, yeah, there's nothing down this side. I think you gotta go through these blades. Let's sip a few brews here. Regain some health, because I know I'm gonna hit them. Yeah, see that? That just sucks. I really don't like that. Come on. Okay. Alright, so you get in here, you're just going to run straight to the end of this corridor. And then, boom. I don't know if this is a tech item or not. Nope, that's not the tech item. Okay, so the tech item is on down. I really don't want to go back through these things, but because of the rubber banding, but what can you do? Look at that, we didn't hit nothing. Alright, so the main thing on these is kind of remembering where you came from and which way you're going. We're going to go to, oh, too early. Back down and to the right. And this is just a bunch of Titan soldiers. Pretty easy to clear with a sword. You don't really have too many issues here. You can get a bunch of chitin, but it just really weighs you down, to be honest. Ow. They spawn everywhere, so you're just kind of swinging erratically. Die! Everybody die! You really just get one wave of these things, though, from what I remember, unless they're just spawning in over and over, but... yeah, so you got one wave of those. And then you've got this chest right here. And I got an evil cuddle bear out of that, which is pretty awesome. Alright, and then we have two pathways. We're going to go to the right, because I can see it's got that little incline, and we're going to get stuck down that hole. Time. Okay. We got the time, we got some simple rifle ammo that we're not going to use. Alright, so you're going to get like halfway down and do a little jump. You always want to make sure you're not still rubber banding. I got people trying to talk to me here. And if I'm not mistaken, the tech item is down this hallway somewhere. I know it's on this end of the dungeon. I think it's the very last chest that you hit. So, I forgot about the Titan room. Titan soldiers. Energy brew. Alright, so let's get out of here and swing her right. And there should be a chest on the left with a tech item. Boom, that should be our tech item right there. Primitive tech shield, which I already have. Sweet. And you just seen I got punctured by spikes over that grate. I don't know if it's all of them, if you just hit the center. Oh. Went the wrong way. Missed the turn. Alright, so now we just gotta get back out. And sometimes that is easier said than done, but we'll get there. So now we're gonna go straight to the Dodo Room, and then once we get through the Dodo Room, we got that lava jump that hopefully doesn't kill us. If it does, then this video is going in the trash, which is not what we want. Alright, we're going straight right here. And then to the right. And straight across, I believe. Yeah, we're just working our way back out to that starter room, that starter corridor. So I want to make sure that we're going the right way. And you know you're going the right way when you hit these little boss rooms. This is the Dollar Room. We came in this way. We're going to keep going down. And then here's another featured on for us to kill and get. Don't know if it was a male and female combination, but that would be awesome. There's usually a kangaroo back in those halls too, and I didn't see it this time, so we got an implant for that back on the island though. But it would have been nice to have a male and a female. And as far as like the beetles and the snails, I mean, it's really I don't know, I guess it's if you want eerie beetles and snails. I think they're kind of cool to have, but it's kind of a waste of amber. Alright, so right there is your starter room. So we're going straight to the Dodo Room now. And these are really easy if you have a good weapon. And you can see it says temperature rising. So that's what I was telling you guys about. You're fighting the heat and the dodos. But these, I mean, if you've got a ranged weapon, you just kind of walk backwards and they're pretty easy to wipe out. I'm gonna switch to the rifle here in a second because I want to save my arrows. Oh, we didn't bring enough ammo. I forgot to get rifle ammo. Oh well. You live and you learn. Oh, come on. Alright, so that's one thing you don't want to do is get stuck in a pile of dodos. I meant to tell you I also bring like 100 Ascendant rifle ammo, and I did not do that. But luckily in one of those chests I did get 50 rounds. And hopefully we don't need it because of the arrows, but we'll see. We got one more round of dodos here. Alright, threat was cleared. Let's see if we can pick up some arrows. Probably not. Try to get a few of them. Try to get as many as we can back at least. Okay, so now comes the really pain in the butt part. And if you don't know what you're looking for, you will totally miss this, because the first time I did the dungeon, I completely missed the little entrance to this. So if you go through that, straight through that, you're just going to see like this caved in part. And to me, I just turned around the first time I'd done it. I didn't see this hole right here. Alright, so this is the moment of truth, y'all. We're going to throw on this little aerial symbiote and jump, and hopefully we make it to this middle spot. Alright. So then you do an easy jump straight across. Boom, we made it. Alright, so now we're just fighting pigs. And it can really be the biggest pain in the butt to fight these pigs. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not as familiar with this side of the dungeon as I am the other, because I usually, well, the first few times I ran it, I died in that lava and fell into the great beyond. But you still want to try to gain as much time as you can. If you're just coming in for element, I mean, realistically, you could run straight for the boss and just save a ton of time. But you still got to kill the pigs, and I would still recommend grabbing all these chests and gaining as much time as you can. The only bad thing about the group is it takes longer to do the rooms, but you don't get any more time out of it. It can be done, but it is kind of a pain to go in as a group and then you know, you only have 10 or 15 minutes left by the time you get to the boss room, and it's not enough time, to be completely honest. Alright, so go through and get all the chests that we can get. Whoa. Lagging. I actually think that corridor is for the pigs, so we're going to miss that right now. Come back to that here in a second. Let's get the rest of this time. Alright. Punctured by spikes. I may have got turned around here, y'all. No, I did. Oh, snap. Alright, we're going to skip that. I'm not risking dying this far in. I think last time we went through that, it's the same as that other sliding wall I showed you guys. You just wait for it to slow down and go, and that one's not kind of a trick like the other one is. Okay, so this is the corridor. You know when you see this fountain, you're about to go into the pig room. So this right here is the pig room, and these pigs are a major pain to fight. They're like 4K health, and they're fast, and they're just a pain in the butt. Okay, so we know the threat's incoming. Where is it at? Where you at, little piggies? Uh-oh. And that's the kind of stuff I don't like. We're rubber banding into the pig room. Come on. That's the other rubber banding area. Okay, so boom, pig. Oh, come on, don't lag on me, come on. Come on. Enough of the lag. Die, piggy. Die, piggy. I didn't get any of these implants last time, but I should have. Because other people have pigs on the island now and I don't. And I'm not a fan of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to grab some implants. Okay, so we got a couple pig implants. And if you guys can't notice, I'm lagging really, really bad, which is never a good thing. Okay, this room was a lot harder as a group than it is solo. I think it's because everybody kind of just left me to die while they shot from a distance. I went through a whole armor set in this room. It was not a fun experience. Come on. Go down. Come on. Alright, so another thing I want to warn you guys about is the fact that other people can enter the room at any time, and it really can hurt you. I mean, especially if you're getting chests and then all of a sudden you run into a room full of pigs. Not the best way to die. Not really proud to say it, but I kind of did that to somebody yesterday while they were doing this. They were getting a chest and in the middle of their chest getting, a bunch of pigs attacked them and killed them. So they weren't the happiest people with me ever. Okay. Let's try to grab a couple more implants if we can. I really wish the implants said if they were male or female, but they don't. That kind of sucks. Alright, so we got another player in the dungeon, and hopefully they don't screw us in the boss room. But you never know. Never know what you're going to run into. Our main thing right now is getting time. Alright, so we got a... What is this? This is a female. So we know we got a female implant. And that one's a female too. I'm not going to get two females. I've already got beetles. So we're good on the kangaroos right now. And this is the boss room right here, guys. So we're gonna go straight to the access portal. And I don't know why we're not teleporting. There we go. Alright, so Alright, boss is down. Now we just gotta kill the minions. Alright, where are you at? Alright, where's the rest of your minions at? Come on, where are y'all at? Oh, there's one. Alright, sweet. We have defeated the boss. Alright guys, so yeah, that's pretty much it. As long as you defeat the boss, and I can't believe that I really did, considering I didn't even put my gauntlets back on, but that's it guys. You just wait for the time to go, and it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. First solo run that I got to complete without dying at some point. You guys have a great evening, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to hit subscribe.